It's June, which means it's time to do my TBR list, and this month my TBR list is huge, and I think I am setting myself up for failure a little bit, but that's okay. I'm actually missing a book. I forgot to bring it with me to this beautiful location, and that book that is missing is The House of Gucci. And the other books we have are these ones. The House of Gucci I actually started last month. I have had it on my shelf for, I want to say, at least 4 years, but I think realistically it's more like 10. And I have no idea where this book came from until I actually opened it to read it once I realized they were making a movie about it. And then I realized it's actually one of my mum's friend's books that I have taken hostage, and that's problematic. I'm about a third of the way through the book. I don't think that in all likelihood I'm going to finish the book, but I do think it'll make a good movie, so I'm going to try and press on. It is very much advertised as a murder mystery sensational drama mixed in with fashion, and it's mostly a historical business story with a bit of family drama, but so far it's not what it's cracked up to be, nor what it was advertised to be. The other book I've already started is Cassandra Clare's City of Bones, and this book has the most beautiful cover I've ever seen. So this is totally cover goals. I've predominantly been listening to this book as an audiobook. Normally I'm really good with audiobooks, and that's kind of where I mass consume books, because you can listen to it anytime, anywhere, and I really have barely listened to any audiobooks in months, and the reason for that is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. I have released a review about that, so I won't spoil it, but check it out. But basically, I got depressed. The reason I'm going mostly audiobook, even though I do have the physical book for this one, is because I'm trying to get into the habit of getting back into consuming more books by listening to the audiobooks. And because I've moved to Jervis Bay, anywhere outside the bay takes at least 20 minutes to get to. So I'm in the car a lot now, and it's a really easy way to listen to books. I also have a very beautiful 15-and-a-half-year-old dog, Marley, who is a little bit slow and likes to go for a leisurely walk around the neighborhood twice a day. So I figure when you're 15 and a half, you can do whatever you want. So I let him take all the time he likes, and I listen to my audiobook then. And so far, I'm really enjoying this book. There's a lot of books on my TBR list that I've actually been wanting to read for ages, like Queenie. Queenie has been on my radar for ages. It was the beautiful cover that got me. And I was actually supposed to read it over Easter, but I got sick and I ended up on the couch for a couple of weeks. So I'm really hoping that in June I can get Queenie read. The newest book on my radar is Mr. Darcy Vampire, which I spotted in a secondhand bookstore, and to be honest, it just made me giggle, and the idea of Mr. Darcy and Colin Firth in particular being a vampire just cracked me right up. So it's something I'm looking forward to reading. The other book I'm hopefully going to get to this month is called Growing Up Queer in Australia. I have another book called Growing Up Aboriginal in Australia, and I think that that is also a really important read. When I picked up this book at the local bookstore in Jervis Bay, the bookstore owner said that the last story in the book is actually that of her son. So I think it'll be a really lovely thing to read, and I think it's really important to read these kind of books that teach you more about the human experience, particularly human experiences that are different to your own. So I'm hoping that I'm going to get to read Growing Up Queer this month. Celeste Barber's Challenge Accepted has also made it onto my June TBR. because I think she is absolutely hilarious. And she's made a career out of taking the piss without being cruel, so I think that's going to be an interesting read. I'm going to be busy this month, and I don't know that I'm going to get through that whole list. So my book series, which is the Phoenix series, which is a YA fantasy series, kind of a little bit like Shadowhunters, Harry Potter, Twilight, that sort of thing. I'm editing the third book in that series at the moment, and I'm trying to do a really savage edit so that I can send it off to the editor in the middle of June. So there's a lot going on right now. Hopefully I can get it done, but right now I'm gonna go for a walk on the beach because behind these sand dunes is an epic beach with some hectically big waves. I hope you've enjoyed finding out about all the books on my TBR this month. Don't forget to like this video and to subscribe to my channel, and to let me know in the comments below what books are on your TBR list for this month.